I know now that my wife has become host to a Kandarian demon. I fear that the only way to stop those possessed by the spirits of the book is through the act of bodily dismemberment.
It's truly frightening.
Gives you a home.
Oh man, I got this. Big one for me too, man. Yeah.
Happy early Halloween. I mean, we're halfway there. What's up, everyone? It's Thursday night. That means the Three Corners of Horror live. It's two corners tonight. One is down. Ricky, here's a little sip for you. We'll miss you, brother. JR, it's going to be just me and you tonight.
I know.
Well,
I mean, the sickness bug has been hitting pretty hard.
I know. He was out for the last episode. So, you guys, I'm not going to visit Connecticut anytime soon. I don't want to get sick. You feeling better, bro?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's been a bit. I think I was down like almost 2 weeks. So, yeah, no, it's, I'm looking forward to it. I think what's got me excited about this year, though, this month, is Halloween falls on a Friday.
I know. I work.
I plan on going trick-or-treating, but I have other things I want to do on Halloween night. So hopefully, if things go well, you'll see something coming down the line on Horror Fiend TV.
All right. Me, like I said, I decided I was going to work. You know, I need that money. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so there is no movie review tonight. You know, if you guys noticed, last week we dropped a pre-recorded episode where we reviewed VHS Halloween. Hopefully, I'm not going to throw him off because I'm going to ask JR shortly what he thought about it. But, you know, tonight we're just going to be talking about basically the movies. It's October. I mean, granted, we're all horror fans, watch horror movies throughout the whole entire year. But October is when we go like to the nth degree. So this is when you watch like a whole lot. You make your coworkers have to sit there and watch the horror movies. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and basically, I'm curious to what you've been watching. And it's funny because normally, you know, when we come up with a plan, I kind of stick to it. But then since we decided to do this, because I kind of screwed up our own schedule with the movies, I got confused. I shouldn't do the schedule after we finish a live stream, especially a fun one. And I've been drinking because I was a couple of months off on things. But yeah, so let's just say hello real quick before we just jump into it. First up, the fourth corner, Lexi. Hi, my devilishly handsomes. I'll be seeing her on Sunday, and you'll know why at the end of the episode. What's up, Lexi? All right. Mamoru says hi. We're all still at Kaylee's. Oh, that's right. They have the concert thing tonight.
Oh, nice.
Well, tell her we said hello. And Rick, yes, I was going to say he will be in the comment section. You know, that way he can cough through while he's messaging. So I'm just messing with you, bro. But yes, so Rick will definitely be in the comment sections. We got Adam. Hey, Adam. He kept counting me down because I kept forgetting things. It's like the spirit of Ricky jumped into me, and I'm like, fuck. I kept forgetting every little thing before we came on. But I didn't. Got a little dry there for a whole lot of talk. I'm gonna take a quick sip here.
Yeah, I feel better, Rick.
Yeah, I feel better. Because hopefully next week, all three of us. Oh, there's possibly gonna be four of us. So yeah. So with that, like I said, it's the Halloween season. If in the comment section, let us know movies you've been watching. If you found something new, especially that's kind of for the Halloween season, like this one, JR. Did you get to watch VHS Halloween?
All right, so before I get going on that, so I'm a massive found footage fan, and VHS is one of the fun franchises because the fact that it gives opportunities to new directors, and you're trying to crunch in these short films into this massive wraparound story. And last year, when we did VHS Beyond, we were all excited about what's to hold for the future of this franchise because it was dragging its feet a little bit. And we were disappointed in a couple of the VHSs that, they were dropping. That being said, I did not watch any trailer for this one. I tried to avoid most of the horror fans on Instagram with their reviews on this one because from the ones I did watch, either you loved it or you hated it. There was no real middle ground in this one. But the biggest issues that everybody has had with the VHS franchise has been the wraparound story. And I thought this wraparound story was probably one of the worst ones out of all of them. I had no interest in it. It just seemed like they were to put something together just to do it. It felt like I watched like a crazy version of the stuff as far
That's a
as
good one.
as far as the as far as the as far as the what it reminded me of. It I didn't care for it, and because that's how it started, I was already in the mindset, this is not going to be good. So when the first one came, I think it was called Kuchiku.
Mm-hmm.
I was somewhat in it, when you got the whole thing about the, you know, mommy witch, whatever they wanted to call her. And then once you found out what it was, I'm like, really? Like I found the girl who started the whole thing, I forgot her name, just so annoying. And then how she turns around and just like, oh my god, it's happening. No, you got us into this situation. I'm like, screw you. You messed this up. But it's just it didn't to go from the beginning wraparound story to this one, it didn't feel good. So I'm sitting there like, all right, let me see what this mommy witch, because she's supposed to be a witch. Like, really, this is what it is? A lady with six boobs who's constantly lactating. They had a miniature version of the big baby from 13 Ghosts. If you look,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's like, all right, what are you trying to do? Then when you see the face of the girl in your cheerleader outfit, you're like, all right, this is getting ridiculous. I hated it. It was right from the get go. I'm like, oh come on. Then we get the fun size segment.
Well, what it reminded me also for some reason, and not fully, but just it reminded me of Stork from Beyond.
Yeah,
Like, and
Beyond
I'm
was
not
good.
I'm not gonna say it ripped it off, but like as I'm watching, I'm like, I kind of feel I just saw something similar in the previous movie that they released. So I can't remember if I had said that when Ricky and I reviewed.
Well,
the
the
episode.
thing that bothered me was you had back to back. Yes, I understand it's Halloween themed. You had back to back stories about candy. She was tempted to go into the house for the candy. She was being an a hole with the candy, and then here comes the second story. Fun size. And I just thought that was the acting wasn't good at all. And then once again, I mean, it it was weird watching some of the CGI in that one with the flying candy bowl, which I hated that. I
I
thought that,
liked Fun Size.
but the acting wasn't good in it either. It seemed just I like I'm sitting like, God, this is not good. And then every time they would, I'll be honest, when they went to the wraparound story, I got to the point where I started fast forwarding it a little bit. I just didn't care for it, and that's bad when you're starting to fast forward things that you don't care for because it takes away from the film. And then we get to I think it was it oh my god, I had it right here, Kid Print.
Yeah.
I
That was the uncomfortable one.
Yes, it was because it did something that you didn't expect. It actually showed kids being
Yeah.
tortured, and it was an interesting story because at first you kind of thought it was the guy who was running the video shop that was a creep because he was acting a little creep where he's telling the girl, "Oh, I'll do what I can to get the video for you, picture for you quick." It almost felt like, all right, he's gonna take the mom to the back and you know have her help convince them. But then when you find out what it was, and then I like the fact that I like the way that one ended because the dude's getting interviewed and he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna keep the store open." Like that one was it was an interesting one. I liked that one.
that one hit on all the stuff where we're going through in the 80s with kids being kidnapped,
Yes.
you know, like that. So that one, that's why that one felt the ick, because I think that's how I kept on describing it when I reviewed it with Rick. It just gave icks on it. Before you keep going, because I don't want to get behind, you know what happens. All right.
Okay.
We got Ricky saying thanks. Yep. Get better, bro. Lexi, see you on Sunday. We're doing an early movie for that one. I think it's like a 10 o'clock movie. Ricky hated the first segment personally. Yeah, no, he wasn't a fan of that one.
No.
And Stork was awesome, and no, you didn't. See, I was wondering. I think it was like one of those thoughts I retained after we finished with it. I'm like, I think I meant to say how it reminded me of that one. And we got Lexi. Chorus concert is over. Streaming y'all from the car on the way home. Love my Horror Fiend TV fam. We love you too.
Me too. All right, so then we had Home, which I enjoyed that one. But overall, this is the big problem I had with just everything. It felt like they relied too much on the gore and the weirdiness, and just like it was so far out of whack that I think it totally didn't feel like I wanted to finish watching it. You know, and I finished watching it, and it just I was looking forward to it because of the Halloween themed, and I felt like they could have went so many different routes with just the different stories. Yeah, like I said, you had the first two little candies. I mean, you shouldn't have repetition with candies. You should have done something differently. Maybe, one of the stories could have been from one of the people passing on candies. Like I kind of wanted to see like when the adults were pissed off, or because twice in two different stories you heard somebody open the door and says, "Are you too old for this?" Why not give the look of the person constantly opening the door and seeing teenagers and getting pissed off because he's passing the candy to the teenagers, that he or she snaps. But it just felt like the stories were more based on, we're just going to show you as much gore as possible, make you uncomfortable, and hopefully you'll like it. And I didn't like it. I mean, for me, I think it's tied with Viral as far as one of the worst ones.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, for me, I just didn't like it. I wanted so much more because we get VHS every October, and then when you finally do one in a Halloween theme, you don't do it justice. I mean, like I said, Home Haunt I enjoyed. Kim Pratt was disturbing.
I did like Fun Size though. I'm not gonna lie.
The acting killed me on that.
I know, but it was it was fun. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Just right of something he asked. Yeah,
Who, me?
No, Rick.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What was the name of this? That was the
Spanish one.
Spanish one. I did like that one.
Oh, that one was good. That one was really good. I think it was because they used as above is so below as the theme when they flipped the whole thing upside down when he started taking eyeballs. I thought that one was good. Yeah. Oh my god, look at his balls, and they're sitting there watching this dude's balls. And you know what's pissed me off about the Fun Size one is this: they seen the hand getting wrapped in one in that package one. They saw it in the white and blue package, and they're like, "Let's open them all." I'm like, but yeah, the Paco Plaza one was actually pretty good. Because it didn't really get the gore till the end, and I like the way that they broke down how they got there and how all of them thought that the girl was the one that was in on the phone thing, and you could tell she's if there was a part where it was stopping the movie at this moment, she realized she fucked up. That would have been once the phone appeared. But that one was actually good. Paco Plaza does good. I don't think he could go wrong, and his stories always have some kind of like a twist to it. And that one's probably the best one out of all of them.
That one, it was. Sorry, I was like scrolling through something. I did a little music change. There's a little something called zombie funk. So I'm like, wait a minute, this is a Halloween theme one. I'm gonna put the zombie funk on. So if y'all noticed that, sorry, I was playing around a little bit with that one. All right. And what would your score be?
Wow.
Because obviously, we missed you. Like you're our found footage guy. So it's like it was up to Rick and I, who are not the found footage ones. So I wanted to make sure, since you're going to be on tonight, that you got your chance to, score it and give your thoughts on it.
Baco Plaza one actually saved this one from a lower score, so I would say it was a 2.5.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah, that definitely is not something that makes you happy.
The wraparound story was just it was one of the worst. I mean, there was no interest in it. What the hell? Really?
DeRay had commented on the episode in the comment section how it reminded him of the Shamrock company from Halloween 3. Look out for that. But the same thing. It didn't. You could. I hated it, and it was for the because at the end they show you the commercial, and a kid drinking it. I don't know if you saw all the way to the end.
Yeah, it's just
all right. So, and I'm like, who the fuck is gonna want to drink a soda to be possessed? I mean,
what the fuck did the soda really? I mean, because it's called Phantasma. That's
they were
your
getting
Halloween. Yeah,
well,
but I would have preferred if they would have did some kind of, oh, we need to create this new candy to get kids addicted. Like they're freaking put some drugs or some. Remember back in the days where people were, saying that it was cocaine and Cisco.
Oh God, yeah.
Like some shit like that, like we want everybody to get addicted to this shit.
That shit fucked you up. I'm not gonna lie. I drank Cisco. That shit. There's so oof. Yeah, I started getting. All right, let me a couple comments real quick before we hold on, because I don't want to miss Adams. I want to make sure we join. All right, we got Ricky. Oh my God, his balls.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, yeah. Remember, no, that's your job. I just look pretty. My main gripe and fumble. My main gripe was a fumble with a Halloween theme. Like, how can you? Yeah, that's it. It's kind of where it fucked up. As far. And yes, here it is. It's basically this is what this should have been what they've been working towards and giving you, because as you said, they drop them in October. So this should have been like the one episode, like Beyond was so fucking good and it refreshed it that you're like, oh yes, last one was good. And then you're like, oh, okay, not so much.
Well, I feel like this one they should have treated almost like a special edition where bring all of the best directors you had from all the previous ones together and show what they could do, because it's Halloween. It should be treated special. And this just felt like, oh, we're going to get everybody all worked up. We're going to do a Halloween theme one. Oh, here you go. Yeah, see you next year. We'll be back with another VHS. Hopefully you guys are happy.
I hope they don't do like a Christmas one because I'm going to be nervous to see how that's going to go. All right, but so now we'll go ahead and I have a list. So here's the thing.
I have a list. I broke it down to
okay.
three different segments.
Because I didn't even know this is what we were gonna do. I actually at the beginning of the month I decided my Halloween viewing this year was gonna be Stephen King movies. Like I wanted to watch even some I gotta watch The Mangler, but I'm gonna go through the catalog. So that's kind of what I've been watching. And I'm surprisingly have enough. I did add 2 today. I forced Adam into that. But I'm going to start with because I have the DirecTV app, which has the HBO on there. I've seen it, the OG one, quite a few times, but both that one and the remake are definitely going to be for me Halloween staples. And I'm still going to stick that I love the OG one better. Rick finally messaged me that he finally was watching it because he'd never seen it. So I was super excited. I know he's not on tonight. I was going to ask him what he thought about it. Maybe he can type something up real quick if he heard the question. But yeah, so I mean, when was the last time you seen either of those?
Actually, 2 weeks ago, I watched the first one with oh my God, Skarsgård. So I was a fan of the first one. I was never really a fan of the second one when they're all older. I feel like they dropped the ball on that one.
You started getting a little muffled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
you're good.
I got farther back. No, for me, like I said, the Skarsgård. I watched the first one when they were kids, and then chapter two, I wasn't a fan of the adult version of them because my biggest gripe on that one is I just feel like the story was supposed to be you know, about Billy, and you got James McAvoy, and I feel like he took a backseat to everybody. And the story is mostly about him, so I didn't like that one. So I did watch that one. I haven't watched the Tim Curry one in a while.
It's still honestly, it's man. I know that you got something coming up with one of his other movies because we discussed, his trifecta. Um, and I'm still like Pennywise is still one of my, as far as his horror movies, my favorite one. His most over the top is Congo. All
Yeah, Congo's good though. I like Congo. I enjoy Congo.
right, before I get, because we'll go back and forth, so that way, because I want to hear yours. Hold on. You got Rick. Original It, directed by Tommy Lee Wallace of Halloween 3 fame. Too long. I prefer the newer films. Good to see John Ritter, though. I mean, I don't know. If you put It 1 and It 2 together and watch them back to back, I think it's longer than if you watch the original It. Yeah, It 2 was too long. So see, there you go. I actually found it was like definitely a lot longer. If you watch both of them, I did that. I did the first one and the second one, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, this is like way longer than I was thinking it was going to be." All right, what's yours?
Well, I actually do every October. I do John Carpenter, so I usually do the OG Halloween. I do the Halloween 2. I jump over to 3. I got to go back to it, give it a shot because I was never a fan of the 3 one, but I understood why it was done. The Halloween 4 and 5 because I love the Jamie character, and I'm always going to defend that they fumbled that, and that should have been the main storyline when they did the newer trilogy. Yeah, and I still go back to watch The Fog because The Fog is such a great film, and of course, The Thing. And I do, a lot of people knock it, but I do watch Rob Zombie's the first Halloween.
I like that one.
I'm not a fan of the second one. I understand John Carpenter's gripe about the the Rob Zombie one because he wanted to leave the mystique of the gap between when he killed his sister till when he escaped. But I kind of like the fact that we got a little bit of that because that made the Michael Myers character a little bit somewhat empathetic to what he went through. But yeah, like I don't know how many times in the last week and a half I watched the OG one because I watch it and I try to watch and see if there's anything I ever miss in it. And the one thing I always remember, which this is the crazy part, is like, wow, he did kill that dog, which is kind of fucked up. Remember the dog scene where he grabbed the dog and he hugged it?
In
the original,
he did kill the dog.
He did kill the dog.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
The dog went outside barking. He grabbed it, hugged it, and then all you hear is the whimpering.
Huh. Well, because I will say, when our friend Nicole got us tickets and I saw Halloween on the big screen, you definitely peeped a lot of shit you did not see when you're watching it on the small screen. Like, especially when they were trying to find him, and I should have noticed it. Granted, you see it many times,
Yeah.
but like when he drives by Loomis, I was like sitting there going, "Wait a minute, is that Michael? How the fuck did I never like?" But again, I've seen this movie usually, I don't, the biggest TV I've had, but definitely seeing on the big screen, you get to see a lot more. And I'm waiting to do the Halloween ones as we get closer to Halloween. Like I said, I'm trying to knock out my Stephen King ones. Any other John Carpenter? No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's it for the John Carpenter ones. Those are my favorite John Carpenter ones. So I try not to go outside of that because I think those are his best ones. And I do like the whole. I mean, The Fog. I'm just such a fan of it because it's a unique storyline, and the way it was pulled off for that time in the 80s was pretty amazing. And then when you watch the remake of it, you're like, man, the fucking remake sucks, man. Go back to the original. But yeah, as far as that's it, I mean, yeah, because what I ended up doing on my list is funny because I broke it down to John Carpenter, found footage, and then new entries into like my October listings.
Shit. Well, again, all mine are Stephen King, so I'll name off a couple of them, and you can like discuss anything. All right, I'm gonna add to your John Carpenter, and actually, last night I watched Christine, and was sitting there because again, I told my coworkers, sorry, if you're gonna work with me, I'm plugging in my Fire Stick. We're doing horror movies. You're just gonna have to watch it. Thankfully, they do. And my coworker, giving him all these lessons in it. I was like, he's like, John Carpenter did this one, and I'm like, yeah, you didn't know that? He's like, no. I'm like, and now listen to the music. So when you listen to the music, little cues here and there, you're gonna remember another movie. And especially when Christine was on fire and the music started, he goes, it's Halloween. I'm like, there you go. So another one that I had watched, obviously The Shining. I'm excited that Hulu has the Steven Weber and Rebecca De Mornay version, which is one that Stephen King wasn't more involved. Yeah, he was more involved in with that one. It has been, I think I saw it when it first dropped, and I think they replayed it maybe one more time. But it's, and if I read it right, it's over 28 years. So maybe they did it one more time. I didn't see that time, but it has not been available like to see in over 28 years. And that one was very true to the book. It, like, I love the Kubrick one. I mean, there's a reason, obviously, the performances in there, the ambiance in it. But if you guys have not checked it out, because especially the younger generation, you got Hulu, and if you like The Shining, check out the one that's the miniseries with Steven Weber and Rebecca De Mornay. I'm going to be watching that soon, I promise. But definitely give that one a try, because if you want to see what The Shining basically would look like if you were watching it as a movie, that's as close as it comes. Then obviously Carrie, I mean, I can't not watch Carrie during Halloween, and then Pet Cemetery. So I'll go to you next. or if any of those you've seen, like,
well, I got a quick question for you. I mean, I'm sure you watched the trailer for Welcome to Derry.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking forward to that Easter egg with the connection with The Shining?
I didn't know that was going to be happening, so you're going to ruin that for me.
Oh, well, I'm going to ruin it now. So, if you're a fan of The Shining, one of the characters in Welcome to Derry is Dick Halloran, who was the guy who was able to use
who has The Shining.
Who has The Shining. So he's actually in Welcome to Derry, which I think that's an interesting twist.
And it's going to be good.
Yeah. As far as I'm going to leave my found footage for last. But as far as like my new entries for like October watches, I know we did it. Dark Harvest. I do like that one. I think that's a very interesting one. It felt original, felt fun. Of course, Trick or Treat. I mean, who doesn't love Sam? Come on, look at him. He's so adorable.
Well, since you said that, we got DeRay, and I'll read your other one after. So I'm just gonna stop at, I'm not reading the end of it, but he's gonna watch Trick or Treat. So that's another great one. I mean, again, that one is gonna be closer to Halloween on my watch.
Yes, and then as far as like, I went because we did it for, A Night Welcomes Horror, so I went back and watched Dark Knight of the Scarecrow again, because that's such a good oldie. The fact that Ginger Snaps takes place around Halloween as well, so there's another one that you got to your list.
I have all three Ginger Snaps. I love Ginger Snaps.
And then another one that took place on Halloween, Night of the Demons. So that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Watch. I put this one down here because, of course, Halloween, Sam Hain, witches and stuff. So, of course, The Witch. I love it. I mean, Ralph Ineson's freaking amazing in that film. So is Anya. Another film that's based around Halloween, House of a Thousand Corpses.
It's a good one.
One that kind of remind you about Halloween theme is well, good old Pumpkinhead.
I haven't seen that in forever.
They have so many of them now. I think they have like 4 or 5 already. Which I watched the first one. I enjoyed the second one. When you get a little bit backstory on them, I just didn't care for. But Pumpkinhead, yeah. So it's like I do I do look for new. It doesn't have to be Halloween themed, but I do look for some new horror to watch. So I'm always on the lookout. There's one that I actually watched that was folklore horror, and I didn't know about this film until I seen somebody post on Instagram, and it was called oh my god, it shit just I had it in my head, it fucking disappeared now. Because it's oh, the Lord of Misrule, and it has Ralph Innocent in it, and he plays a fucking villain. So seeing Ralph Innocent as a villain. So if you want to watch one that is pretty good, it's going to be on Hidden Gems special.
Wasn't he Galactus?
He was Galactus.
Okay,
And
so all right, so he was a villain.
why Galactus is he's not really a villain. He's just misunderstood. And he wasn't a villain in The Witch. He was just a father trying to do the best for his family.
That's very true.
But yeah, those are my as far as entries, as far as what I like to watch for Halloween. But I'm definitely gonna add more to that because I'm trying to find more hidden gems. And I've been looking at movies that I've never heard before or that I've passed over. And I think now is you go watch all the oldies, but I think now it's time to start looking at some of these ones that nobody talks about, or if somebody talks about nobody pays attention to. Because a lot of times I don't know if you do this too, where you're trying to find a horror movie to watch and you don't read the synopsis of it. You're looking at the cover.
Yeah, hello.
Cover
That's how we.
doesn't-
That's how
yeah,
we. Yeah, that's how we did movies back in the day.
yeah. So if the cover doesn't pull you in, you're not gonna watch it. And I've been going by covers a lot more. And I've had films where I started watching where I'm 5 minutes in. Oh, this sucks. All right, go for another one. What's your other films?
All right, actually, I'm gonna hit the comments real quick. So we got Ricky, the original Halloween. Watched it last night. Movie is a national treasure and a staple of many childhoods. Every October, the movie, music, and sound bites were everywhere. A damn classic. I mean, it's basically, hello. Actually, I thought I had my Halloween. I do have my Halloween shirt, but it's with all the characters in there.
Look at this.
Um.
Look at oh, the man.
Oh, so you got it on. See, all right.
Loomis. I got all
So wait
three.
a minute. We got Adam with I want to watch Jeepers Creepers again. That one freaked me out. Yeah, actually, we haven't seen that one in a while. We should definitely check it out again. And then we got DeRay with Satan.
Santa.
I know. When Rick dropped the episode, my this is when I started thinking I might have dyslexia because I kept reading Santa's Little Helper, Satan's Little Helper, which I still have to see. It's another one. Now that I said that, on this and it's on record, Rick's gonna be like hounding me that I need to watch it. Yep, the poor little dog. That's for the Halloween comment. And yes, I did, but again, it's just I don't know what to do. I'm going back to the other one that we had. You're the one that told me to change it. And we got bro. That's probably what he's talking about. But anyway, so as far as all right, I'm gonna go new. I did go see the Long Walk. I mean, obviously, if the movie's about a whole bunch of people walking, so if you don't want to sit there and like watch people walking, then it's kind of what it is. But you do get some backstories in there. It's also Mark Hamill is a villain in this one, and it's another dystopian, like things have gone to shit in the United States, and like every state sends a young person to do this walk, and the last standing person, basically their family gets to be well off at that point. So it was another one. You know, the thing is, the reason I'm doing this is because some of King's books have been really hard to put on the screen. We've said that many times as we've done. You know, Drew Barrymore's Firestarter is still far superior to the remake, and I love Drew Barrymore's Firestarter, but you know, the movie can still be done better. Um, and then other one, it's new, not new as far as like more recently, but um Netflix did two Stephen King ones, and shit, damn it, 1920 or 1922
1922 was really good.
with Thomas Jane. And Thomas Jane, this is his second Stephen King one because he was in The Mist. 1922 is another one. I didn't put the name of the director, but you know, that was a really good job. It's again, it's Stephen King's. The books are amazing, but then when you put it on the screen, the interpretation just always doesn't land. And taking this story and doing it, it did a really good job. And then I gotta give mad props to Mike Flanagan. This one I did actually know, and that's Gerald's Game. I read the book. That book for many years has been probably one of the hardest ones to try to put on the screen. And Carla Gugino did an amazing job. I read this book. It was another one I loaned to a friend, and I guess I can buy myself another copy. But I had loved the book. So when I knew that they were going to do the movie version, it was so good. And I'm, you know, telling Adam, like trying to explain to him a couple little things there. What makes this one is because I also love Dolores Claiborne, and Dolores Claiborne and Gerald's Game take place at the same time, which involves a solar eclipse, and which is why when you see on the covers or some of the books, both of them have solar eclipses on it, because there's a moment, and I loved it when you see it in the movie, where she said, I had this dream where I was looking up from a well, and there was this woman standing on the top, and she was talking about Dolores. And it was another one of those little ways of like connecting the books. But Flanagan is a horror fan. You know, he nicknamed the dog Cujo. There's a character in there called the Moonlight Man. He referred to him as Bag of Bones, which is another Stephen King book. So I just like, for me, as far as the more recent ones, I'm definitely going to be watching Gerald's Game. It's psychological horror, you know, yet again, a dog. But still, it's definitely one that I would recommend. 1922. I know you already saw that.
Yeah.
You said you saw that one. Did you see Gerald's Game?
I did see Gerald's Game. 1922, I liked a little bit more. Did you see in one of the movie theaters what they did as far as people going to see The Long Walk?
I heard about it, and somebody asked me if I could do it.
No, I mean, I imagine that you're paying to watch a movie, right? And they tell you, oh, by the way, you got to get on a treadmill, and you got to stay on the treadmill for the length of the movie. And the minute that you get off the treadmill, you got to get out the theater.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing that. I read the ones where you were doing something for that for you to win.
No, you had to go. You had to go on a freaking treadmill.
No, well, no, but some theaters, what they had done was that at the end of it, like if you made it to the end, I think like some of them were doing like gift certificates or, you know, cash prize. I would have tried it to win, you know, like a cash prize or a gift certificate. To have to fucking leave, yeah, I wouldn't have tried it for that one. But then again, my problem is I want to enjoy the movie, and it's really hard to eat your popcorn and drink your soda, or especially if we go to like a 7 o'clock movie, drink your beer while you're on the fucking treadmill. So I totally would pass on that.
Well, it's funny because I imagine you always got that one person or two people talking shit. Oh, I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this. How far did they make it? You know, so I think they should have recorded everything just to see who was that one person who was talking the most trash and be like, all right, you know what? You know, I'm done. And then, you know, everybody talks shit to him.
But I mean, because I would probably say from the way some of the things are looking, some of these movies, more Stephen King ones, will be dropping on HBO Max. I could be wrong. I mean, don't quote me on it. if you kind of look at the history of the ones that drop. So I mean, but I don't know if we'll do like a review on it, but if it does drop, the same thing with you, Ricky, because I saw his comment. Didn't know Long Walk was
Stephen
hard.
King, man.
Yeah, there is some fucked up shit in there. Like, yeah, it's definitely horror. That's crazy. He's talking about probably the treadmill thing. Yeah, no. None of us three would probably last to be not like and I walk a lot, but all right, wait. I'm so out of shape. I consider to walk from my lazy boy chair to the bathroom a long walk. These days the bathroom is like, you know how you go somewhere in a room and you forgot why you went into that room? The only room you never forget why you went in there for is the bathroom. Just gotta say. Selena V, hello horror fiends. Sorry I'm late. No, you're not late. You're just on time. Don't worry. Stephen King, see? Somebody else who loved the King. And Rick finally saw the original It. Wait. Oh, that's her saying. I'm like, wait, I'm taking. Yeah, she is taking care of Sicky Poo. Yeah, so now when you see Selena, you know that Selena is tied to Ricky. All right. I'm trying to see. Because there's a couple that I got just maybe a couple more. So go ahead and do yours.
All right, there's one I recommend for you to watch, because I am slowly becoming a massive fan of this actress, and if I see her name in a horror movie, I have to watch it. Micah Monroe, she did a movie called The Watcher.
I still have to watch that. It's on my list. I know you guys.
That is a good film. Watch out for it because I'm probably gonna do something with her as far as like special episode or hidden gems, but I have something planned as far as Micah Monroe films. For me, so if
hold on, I thought you were about to announce that you were interviewing Micah Monroe.
I wish I was interviewing Micah
well,
Monroe.
I'm sorry, it just I'm not gonna lie, it felt like the lead-in was like, "Are you about to tell us that you talked to Micah?" All right, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, shut it. I'll try to reach out to because I would love to interview her. So if you're not a found footage horror fan and you're curious about some found footage horror movies to watch, especially for season of October, top of my list, Grave Encounters. Watch it now before the remake hits because I get so pissed off when the remake hits.
It's gonna be a comedy, or or if they go serious, the thing is great. Grave Encounters feels real. And seeing Justin Long and Kate Bosworth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know they're actors. Like we fucking love Justin Long on this channel. So
Encounters it's sacred to me.
you're gonna have to do a really good job and like either they're gonna have to go like the horror comedy route on it so that it doesn't mimic. So if they go serious, then they're gonna have to like figure out. Oh, I don't know. Like,
well, the problem is if they're gonna do generally a total scene by scene, they can't do that. That's what the fuck is it? That's what I'm curious about. What exactly is their approach on Grave Encounters?
Well, and then as we're sitting there thinking about other ways, the other part I'm hoping that they kind of don't go is that they're fans of the movie and they want to go check out the place where it was filmed, and then to only discover that all that stuff, like whatever they encounter it, which is kind of what Anaconda, the remake, is doing. So if they're going to go that route, they're going to be behind the ball on that one because Anaconda will be coming out before that.
That's the problem, is you can't do that. I mean, the only thing they could possibly do is do a prequel of sorts of where maybe Justin Long's a patient that's in there and you get to hear the stories of the doctor. But the problem is Grave Encounters is a found footage. If you don't do a found footage on Grave Encounters, then that's just stupid. It's a found footage film. If you go just a regular film route, no, you can't do that. It's like it's a smack in the face of the film. But another one, Paranormal Activity. The original.
Yes,
I mean, the second one I liked. The original. Definitely watched the original.
I like the first three.
Yeah, the third one wasn't too bad. Of course, one film that I got Ricky to watch, and he actually came on the episode with Lexi as well. The Possession of Michael King. Definitely watch that film. It is a different twist of a possession film, and it's very well done. A lot of jump scares in that one. You're gonna get pissed off at the dude, but that's what makes the film very well. There's a one that not many people talk about as far as found footage goes. It's called Mr. Creep, and it's about four friends who there's a video going around of a serial killer. So they decide we're going to find out if this where this guy is he still alive and where is he airing this stuff from. Of course, Hell House LLC. Definitely watch that. Don't watch any of the ones after because they're just don't even bother. But definitely watch the original Hell House LLC. The only knock I ever have on that film is they rushed the whole basement scene. Um, the house is October built. Watch the first one. Do not
I like
watch
that
the
one.
second one. Of course, one of my OG international ones. Definitely watch Rec 1, 2, and 3. Because Rec is fucking awesome. And if you want a international version of Grave Encounters, I don't know if you ever watched it, Joe. Ganjam Haunted Asylum.
I didn't you do an episode on that?
I haven't done one yet. I will be doing one for.
You have mentioned it though.
Yeah, watch that one. And one of my favorite films based on a true event, Devil's Pass. So if you want to see something about a group of people who go to the Outlaw Pass, which if you are a sci-fi, if you're a UFO, if you were a conspiracy theory, check out the Outlaw Pass incident. What happened there? You had a group of 9 people who were all experienced hikers, and they go into this area in Russia, and they go missing. And when they go to retrieve the bodies or find them, they're all scattered all over the place with crushed skulls, hearts basically blown up from the inside. So it is a very interesting, real story that happened. It's still unsolved to this day. And then Devil's Pass is basically about a film crew who's trying to track exactly what happened to them. Because if you don't know, you cannot go into that area without permission from the Russian government. And even then, you're limited into how far you can go in the area. But yeah, that's for me. That's some definitely some found footage films. I got a lot more, but I'll just keep it to that.
Let me hit the comments real quick. All right, so Ricky Grimes can't remake, no point. Make something new. He's talking about Grave Encounters. Adam, hi Selena, having to take care of his brother. I can only imagine. Listen, don't let that comment fool you, because what happens is when I finally get sick, then like literally 2 days later, he catches what I got, and then I got to crawl out of bed to take care of his ass and then my sick ass. So
there's a funny there's a funny Instagram meme one, right, where it shows a woman like she's literally in labor, and her husband puts, "Oh, good, now she knows how I feel like when I get sick."
Yeah, so that's why like I saw I know in the playback you'll see a moment where I roll my eyes because I saw that comment pop up. I'm like, this motherfucker. Anyway, Ricky Grimes, Devil Pass was great. I think he had messaged me that he was watching that one that night and told me that I need to check that one out.
You need to check that one out.
I will definitely check it out. Ricky Grimes and Adam, and then we got Selena. You have no idea.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, Selena. By the way, I told him sit back and get taken care of. But all right. So my last ones is the 3 Stephen King movies that I haven't seen in a really, really fucking long time. The first one was The Dead Zone with Christopher Walken. And I forgot how good that movie was. I mean, Christopher Walken, he's like another like acting staple. Then Thinner. I don't know if you when was the last time you saw Thinner, but I watched Law and Order SVU, and the guy that was in charge of the internal affairs is the guy that was the heavyset guy that gets the curse put on him. But like I hadn't seen in a while, and then when you saw the lizard scale guy, and again you forget that Stephen King writes these characters that physically look like gross. So he showed up. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I forgot about this guy. And then there was the chief who his body was like getting all puffed up and fucking gross. And then the last one was Graveyard Shift.
That was a good one.
I completely forgot this movie. I'm not even gonna sorry. Oh, that's it. Get the top off on that one. So I noticed now that I'm doing this, you know, my Stephen King thing, is that besides dogs, the man loves rats. So when I was watching Graveyard Shift, I'm like, what's all these rats? So here's the thing. I had gotten Graveyard Shift confused with The Mangler. Because I think, remember
Really?
well, no, here's why. I remember Graveyard Shift for the big machine that they use, which I guess the cotton or whatever it is that they put in there. And so with The Mangler, I knew it was a machine. So that's the only reason I confused them. So when I'm watching it, I'm like, I kind of don't remember this one too well. And then you're seeing all the rats, and you see like this face the first time they show what later on I come to find out is something else. So I was like, the fuck is this about? A giant rat? And it turns out to be about a giant bat. It's actually, I really, really like the fucking, I know I seen it years ago. I'm trying to put myself through movies I haven't seen in a while. This is one I probably haven't, I've been without him 20 something years. I probably say I haven't seen this one in 25 years. So it was like a rediscovery. I thought it was cool. It's a creature feature. I fucking hate rats. And like, I was like, holy shit, this is pretty fucking like, I kind of like Graveyard Shift. That is one book I did not read. So I will say that.
You know, it was crazy before, you continue. There was one I saw recently, actually 2 days ago, and Priscilla never watched it before. So you got to watch this movie. So we put it on, and she never saw The Lost Boys.
Sacrilegious.
We watched it for the first time, and I was like, well, watch this one here. I said, me and Lexi are actually, we added Lost Boys to the What's Your Story season, so definitely keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, she never watched it before. And I'm like, how could you not have watched this? And she enjoyed it. She liked it. I mean, it is a horror comedy. If you're a comic book fan, you have to watch it.
I mean,
It is definitely a classic. And then, like I didn't realize there was a couple more Lost Boys after that. So I'm curious to go back and watch those to see what they did, because that was, I think we're all in agreement, that could have been one hell of a franchise. And if it came out during these times, like, I would not remake it. You cannot remake it.
No, I mean, we saw that one together.
Yeah,
that's one on the list of movies we saw together.
Can you do a revisit to Santa Barbara with it? You probably could, but I would not connect it. But that one was interesting to rewatch, and I haven't watched Lost Boys in a while. And that's another one you're like, wow, this movie. I mean, we're probably gonna do a retro review in 2 more years of it. I think 1997 is when it came out.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
because there's quite a few coming out next year.
Oh yeah.
And all right, so I'm gonna say goodbye, but before we do, next week we have a new review. We're gonna find out if the black phone is the right call or a wrong number. So I am going in with a lot of trepidation on this because I did make the mistake of seeing the trailer and it reminds me of something else. So I'm hoping it's just not going to really remind me of something else. Did you see the trailer?
No.
You didn't? All right, good. Because if you did, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's say before I want to make sure nobody feels like I ignored them. Wait, did I hit? Oh, wait.
Scary
Did I get Selena's? Oh, I got hers.
Yeah,
You have no idea.
movie.
All right. Scary movie is hysterical.
That's Rick's favorite comedy franchise.
Is it? Well, the weigh-ins are back for the next one because we mentioned it a couple times, and they now also put Terrifier.
Oh, Rick is so looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we got Terrifier, we've got Midsummer, I think The Witch. Shit, what was the other one? It's gonna be Hereditary. It'll come to me. Not right. I won't keep everybody on here until my brain remembers it. But it's a lot of the more current stuff. And we got Selena doing a whole bunch of laughs. I don't know on the I could
about
never...
the rats.
Oh, the rats. Yeah, no, it's a whole lot of rats. And actually, so you also in 1922, when I was watching 1922, I told Adam, I'm like, fucking Steven has got an obsession with dogs and rats. I mean, the man's like, all right, Ricky Grimes, good chat, fellas. Thank you, bro. We missed you. Nah, sure.
I mean, listen, Ricky loves the Scary Movie franchise.
You were being sarcastic. Okay.
The only one that he puts like almost tied, but he picks Scary Movie is the Leprechaun franchise. So those are like a toss up for Ricky Grimes. He's gonna kill me.
I see what you're doing now. I'm like, wait, what? He did not like. I forced him to watch Leprechaun. But with that, there is actually going to be one more Stephen King movie. Also, we'll be talking about. And so, as I said, next week is going to be The Black Phone 2, and then in 2 weeks after that, it's going to be our 200th episode. It's also going to be a retro review of a Stephen King movie. So you'll have to watch out for that one. With that, JR, anything you gotta say?
Yeah, just we'll be back on track. I was sick for 2 weeks, so everything's gonna be back on track. I kind of hinted that there's for Lost or Found, I'm going to do Looky Lou because that's one of the films I've been looking forward to all year. So, you know me, when people hype up film, it doesn't really go the right way.
Actually, I heard about that one. Where is it available?
Looky Lou is available on Tubi.
Oh no.
Tubi.
All right, and the same thing with us. We'll also get back to our schedule. Obviously, between vacations and our other brother being sick, life. We have fun and then throw some ratchets our way. But with that, thank you for joining us. Make sure to hit to subscribe, hit the follow. Look out for our post when we hit the link on the episodes, so that way you can hit the notify me. So when we go live, we're there. With that, stay good. I'm not Ricky. I'm not going to deliver his line. Everybody, have a good time. Happy Halloween and ta-ta for now. My mouse, I did not have it close.